Introduce myself first. So hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram, and tonight I'm going to be telling you about the 3 biggest Australian influencer news stories of the week. So the first one is Sophie Guidolin. So she has officially announced her marriage. The second story is Victoria Devine. So she has called out a woman for shaming her for breastfeeding in a cafe. And the third story is Christy Swaddling and her fiance Joel Price are going to court for an intervention order, which, yeah, more on that soon. All right, so I'll start with the biggest update. So Sophie Guidolin. So people are messaging me like crazy about this one, saying, is this fake? What is this? Like, what is going on? But I've been posting to subscribers about this since the 7th of April. So about 2 weeks now. So on the 7th of April, I think it was the 6th of April actually, I did a live and somebody said that the guy that she had shown this, like the tattoo, she'd shown just his tattoo in one of her YouTube videos. Someone messaged me saying his name is Nicholas White. And okay, that was what I published in subscribers, that his name's Nicholas White. And then somebody else messaged me from a burner account saying, I know Nicholas White, and he actually got married to Sophie Guidolin recently overseas. And this made sense because Sophie had posted the day before saying that she'd been overseas 9 times in the last 3 weeks or something crazy like that, maybe 6 weeks. And also I looked up with a follower, like someone was messaging me about this, looking up the legalities of getting married again post-divorce. So you need to be separated for 13 months in Australia. And we looked at the date that her and Andrew Figuera had announced their separation, and it was like early to mid-March last year. So that would mean they could get married early April this year, because that would be 13 months. But yes, she did also release a new YouTube video where she refers to him as husband. They are both wearing wedding rings on their wedding finger. She's posted photos of that this week of both of them wearing them. And the final bit of evidence, what was the final bit of evidence? I think that's it. So yeah, they're wearing rings. She called him husband. Somebody messaged me saying that they know them and they secretly got married. And yeah, the final bit of evidence is that somebody asked her, are you married, in a Q&A recently? And she got all defensive and said, like, this is something that involves children. I don't want to talk about my marriage anymore. I've learned the hard way, or something like that. And she won't be talking about it. And I was like, that's because she is married and she doesn't want to talk about it anymore. So it seems that she's going to keep this marriage a lot more private than her previous ones. She has been married 4 times now, I believe, and she did grow up in a very religious household. I don't know if she still holds those religious values, but apparently she was married at 16 or 17, and that was like part of her religion. And yeah, so she's now on her 4th marriage to Nicholas White, who owns Buffalo Tribe Programming. So that is also like a fitness and coaching thing. So they seem very well suited in that regard, that they would both have that in common as an interest. And I was also told by the person who told me they are secretly married that they met at the Fred Again concert, which was earlier this year. So they haven't known each other very long. All right, I'm guessing the comments are going to be going pretty wild about this one, because that was a very interesting ride. Second update is Victoria Devine. So she was breastfeeding her new baby in a cafe recently, earlier this week, and somebody said to her, what did they say? You shouldn't be doing that in the middle of the cafe. And she has gone on to say that she is not afraid of conflict, and that she said to them, for the last 10 minutes, I've had to watch your husband eat a peanut butter acai bowl with his mouth wide open and then be a douche to the waitress. So I don't think I'm the one who doesn't know how to behave in a cafe. Sit back down. So she's saying that that is what she said to the person. I don't know if that was maybe a bit sensationalized for social media, but good on her if that really did happen. And someone did say that she shouldn't be feeding a baby in public in a feeding venue. That is not okay. It's absolutely not okay that somebody feels that way, let alone says that. And I'm glad that Victoria Devine schooled her on it. So yeah, that was a bit of a quick update, but it did get a lot of traction on my subscribers. Like, everyone seemed to really resonate with that post. I personally fed my children for about 2 years total, so about 1 year each. and I never got any awkward comments in public. I did find at 2 events though. I was at 2 like family sort of parties, and two separate older women at the 2 different parties said to me something like, oh, like you could go feed your child in the bedroom if you want. This was prior to me feeding. So they were offering me like a private room to feed my child, which obviously was very nice of them. But my opinion was, well, no, I don't want to miss out on the party. I'm going to be out here, and if anyone else has a problem with it, they can go to the private room and they can wait there until I'm done. So yeah, nobody seemed to have a problem with it. But yeah, I'm sure other people have had experiences where people do have a problem with breastfeeding in public. All right, so the third update is Christy Swaddling and her fiance. So Tattle, somebody messaged me this. I did an anonymous Q&A today on my subscribers, and somebody messaged me saying, you haven't posted Christy Swaddling's IVO against Joel. It's in her Tattle thread. He had a criminal matter heard the same day. So I went to the Tattle thread that they were talking about, and yes, there is a court case on the 22nd of April at 9:30 a.m. A constable, so a policeman, has lodged an intervention order for Christy Swaddling against Joel Price. So this means that the constable feels that it is necessary for her to have the intervention order against her own fiance. So there's no information on what has happened. I don't believe this is photoshopped. I believe it is real. But yeah, I also don't know if maybe she could say no to the intervention order. I'm not sure how that would all work, because I don't think she would want an intervention order against her own fiance. She's been posting, apparently she's been like talking about him on her stories and stuff the last few days. So it seems that they are very much still together. I also find that maybe there's 2 Christy Swaddlings in Newcastle, because she also had like a bankruptcy court case, and she definitely doesn't seem bankrupt with like her movements overseas and like her lavish spending and things. She also bought a new car. So I'm not sure what is going on with her legal status and court cases, but it does seem that they are still together. Obviously, if there was something that he did to her to warrant this, that is extremely bad, and I wouldn't want them to be together. But other than that, I really love this couple. I think they both seem so obsessed with each other, and they're so cute. Their videos together are just so funny. So this one really shocked me, and yeah, it's really awful if Christy is going through something. So yeah, that is the updates for the week. All right, so I'll scroll back and read people's comments. Sarah's Day has stopped mentioning pregnancy. Is this a sign that she is pregnant? Probably. It probably is. There has been like a thread on Reddit where people are speculating based on her body, which I think is kind of gross, but people are speculating based on her body. Like they saw she was in like a supermarket or something, and they saw like a security camera or something, and they think that based on her body that she is pregnant, mainly because she normally is super, super ripped, and she was just looking relaxed in this photo, but maybe she was just relaxed. I'm not sure, but I'm sure she'll let us know soon if she is. When is Rachel and Toby's wedding? So Rachel Dillon and Toby Pierce, Kayla Itsinas' ex-fiance, they are currently in Italy, and they are going to be getting married soon. I don't know when, but I feel like they wouldn't go over too soon, like maybe in the next week or 2, I suppose. What do you think about Tammy with Reese together in Bali? Well, I mean, I think it's kind of obvious that Tammy would see Reese while she's in Bali. Like, Reese is her ex-fiance and the father of her 2 older children. I think it's the main thing that really baffled me is that she posted it. I'm really surprised she hasn't been posting anything about Matt in a few weeks now, since the DMing incident where he messaged another girl on Instagram. But yeah, so she hasn't been showing Matt. And then on her Snapchat today, she was filming Matt and Reese and the kids, and they were all like hanging out together in Bali, and she was cracking up laughing. I think she was cracking up laughing knowing that she was going to post it and it was going to like go very viral or something, because I don't know what else was funny about it. But yeah, I think that's good that Reese is meeting Matt. Like, he is going to be the stepfather of his 2 children, so I imagine he would want to meet Matt, and also it's really good that their children get to see their dad. Where are her family and friends slowing her down? This is about Sophie Guidolin. So where are her family and friends slowing her down? It's not normal, and we don't want young girls to think it is. This was another thing on my anonymous Q&A today. Like, people were asking what is my opinion on like Tammy getting engaged so quickly. Not that she chose to be proposed to, but you know, I suppose she is also getting married quite quickly. And also, what's my opinion on like Sophie Guidolin getting married so quickly? And my opinion is, I think that marriage is quite archaic. Like, it is an archaic tradition. Why does it matter if they get married? It literally doesn't. Like, it's no different to being de facto. It's literally just a legal piece of paper for some archaic reason. And I am married. Like, I want to be married, and that is for me and my husband to want, but I don't understand how it affects anybody else. I am living for the wedding content. I'm just really annoyed that we didn't get to see Sophie's wedding content. It doesn't seem that she's going to show us either, which, yeah, that's really sad. Sorry, I'm just a bit thirsty. Okay. It is quite ironic, yeah, that Sophie Guidolin says she wants to be private, and yet she keeps posting us like little bits of bait. It is very interesting because, yeah, it seems she doesn't want it to be private if she's giving us all these clues. Someone's saying that they think it's a tactic to get the Daily Mail writing articles about her. True, but I definitely think she is married. There's just too much proof that it's happened, sort of thing. Advice for the younger generation: go slow with your relationships. I mean, these women are 30 plus. I think Sophie's about 34 and Tammy has just turned 30. It's not like they're young. I mean, they're young, but you know what I mean? They're not young and silly. Yeah. This is Tammy's third engagement and Sophie's fourth marriage. Like, they know what they're doing, I would hope. Ned Lester and Cairo Calvito spotted in America together, both posting in the same car. Well, isn't that just a bit confusing? I didn't know this. And I've seen photos of Ned Lester and Sam Guggenheimer like cozied up in America. Ned Lester is getting a lot of headlines recently. I hope he's not playing the two girls. Don't know. Somebody's saying, wait, you have children. How old are you? I am 30. I'm born in 88, so I'm 30 something. 34, I think, 35. You lose track once you hit 30. Oh, I'll just screenshot that because I'm going to block that person afterwards. Have you heard anything about Abby Chatfield and Kelly Holiday? On Abby's podcast, she gushes about how much she loves him. It's so cute. I haven't heard much. I've just heard they are together. Like, Kelly Holiday is from the band Peking Duck. And yeah, that's about it, really. I mean, she has shown that she's a Peking Duck fan for quite a while, so it actually makes sense. Like, now that I know she's seeing one of the guys from it, that's why she's been giving such glowing reviews of their music for so long. But yeah, that's all I know, sorry. She's actually quite good at keeping her relationships private, given that she's dating people in the public eye. People are saying stuff about like the police lodging the intervention order for Christy Swaddling. Police will do it on your behalf if they feel there is a risk, but the victim is scared. Yeah, it's definitely scary. I mean, this is a story I've never told online because it's just weird, but the police actually lodged an intervention order for me when I was maybe like 21. Yeah, I think I was 21 and I lived in a unit block. It was like a ground level unit block of 6 units, and I lived in maybe unit 3, and across the driveway lived a man on his own, and he, I guess, harassed me. He came to like visit me, and I, told him to go away, and he wrote me letters, and I called the police like in hysterics, and they came around and then they went and saw him, and they ended up lodging an intervention order. But yeah, I chose to appear in court, but I didn't actually speak at all. And I don't know if I could have cancelled it, but I think the courts are very good at handing them out, sort of thing. Like, if one is lodged, they're like, okay, approved. Like, it's not something you really have to fight for, if that makes sense. Like, the thing was, the man who did it, he said that he denies the claims, but he accepts the intervention order. And apparently that's just like a normal thing people do because they don't need to admit fault for the intervention order to go through. So maybe that's what will happen. He might deny the claims. Oh, how can he have an intervention order against his own fiancée? I just don't understand how this is going to work. But yes, someone's saying here with 31 women unalived this year and 75 last year, ladies, do whatever you need to do to be safe. And I definitely agree with that. Get an intervention order. We have seen recently that it doesn't necessarily help, but for some people it might help. So I think that if you want to do one, definitely do one. The court system do not make it difficult. Lucy Jackson's soft launching. Yes, so I've been posting that in my subscribers as well. So she's posted a few clues in the last few weeks. Mainly all we know him as is white t-shirt, elbow guy. In the photo she's posted, he's always wearing a white t-shirt and he has white t-shirt, elbow guy? Tattooed elbow guy. He's got like tattoos on his elbows. She actually showed like detailed tattoos on his arms. So I really feel like we should be able to guess who he is. He mustn't be in the public eye because otherwise we definitely would have by now with the tattoos. But yes, I'm very excited to see who he is. Oh my gosh, Emily. Yes, that is me that knocked on your door the other night. Someone's just said to me here, I think you knocked on our door the other night. Let me screenshot that. With a lost cat or dog. Yes, so a dog made its way into my backyard a few days ago. And I don't know how it got into the yard. We do not have any access points. It's been like dog proofed on the perimeter because my husband used to have a dog that would dig. And I went to the neighbours looking for the owner and this girl Emily was one of the people, and then her sister Sky. And I did find the owner of the dog. They actually live directly behind us. So yeah, I've said to them they are going to have to look from their side and see if the dog got in somehow from their side. Sorry, I scroll because a lot of the comments are like about the same sort of things or things that I've already spoken about. What else have we got? Lots of stuff about Sophie and Christy Swaddling. I knew that this would be crazy. Everyone loves Sophie Guidolin content. Are there any Aussie influencers you wish were more famous? I wish there was more diversity, especially culturally with influencers, and I can't really find anyone in Aussie that's outside of the mould. Is there anyone I wish was more famous? Oh, not really, because I don't know, like if I follow them, I follow them. It doesn't really matter how famous they are, if that makes sense. But yeah, I agree. There's not much cultural diversity in the like top Australian influencers. And there is if you look though. I think that you need to start looking, if you start with even just like mainstream ones, like the first one that comes to my head is Dedicated Lifestyle. So Kate Jones, she is diverse in that she preaches body positivity and I think she would call herself plus size, a plus size model. But like if you start with someone like that, like start with somebody who has some aspect of diversity and then look who they're working with and stuff, like they usually will value diversity and you could find people that way. But yeah, I agree. There is a very like specific mold of Australian influencers. Okay, someone's saying here there's different types of intervention orders. You can have safe contact orders where you can be together but cannot perpetrate domestic violence. Very common. Okay, I did not know that. But yeah, like I said, it seems like they're very much still together. Oh, someone's saying here about the dog. It's my sister, actually. She's saying maybe the dog went over the fence. I guess that is possible. I don't know what's on the other side of the fence. Maybe there was something it could climb, but the dog was seriously like this big. It was very small, so it definitely wouldn't be able to jump unless it's like a little rat and can like run up the fence like a rat would. I wonder if Matt Zukowski removed the big tattoo off his bottom of his last girlfriend. I don't know if he's removed Jen, her name that he had tattooed on his bottom, but he has got a new tattoo of Tammy's name. So I suppose he kind of had to, because it's a bit awkward if he's got his ex's name but not Tammy's. And Tammy also has his. Sorry. It says here Sophie Torber has joined, Sophie Torber from the Outspoken podcast, and I've accidentally waved at her. So sorry, Sophie, I'm not meaning to do that. Is that a baby crying? Yes, it does sound like my youngest has woken up amid the live stream. I don't know what is wrong with her. She's just not falling asleep lately. And she's normally like such a perfect sleeper. Like we put her in her bed at 7 and walk out and she sleeps until 8 o'clock the next day. She has been saying her teeth are sore, so I don't know if she's putting it on or if that's true. Yes, Kelly Holiday, so Abby Chatfield's boyfriend, his real name is Adam Hyde. So he has been known as Adam Hyde, I believe, and now he's like, I don't know, but a lot of people have been saying to me that his name is Adam Hyde, but I think that you'll find most influencers go by names that are not their real names. Like even Abby Chatfield, she has said before that like in real life, her surname is different to Chatfield. She went back to go by her mother's maiden name. So yeah, Abby Chatfield's not her real name either. Cute that your sister tunes in each week. Yes, she is my #1 fan. So nice. Okay, cool. I've caught up with everything in 20 minutes, which is always what I try to do. I try to keep it to 20 minutes just for all of you. And I will post this on YouTube. And also, if you have been trying to subscribe and can't because of the waitlist thing, send me a message because in the next few days, I'm going to have a solution for you all. I've been working behind the scenes. And yes, that is going to be happening very soon. So I will be having subscriber access for people who can't subscribe through Instagram. But it's kind of like an if you know, you know thing. I'm not going to be like advertising it, I don't think, because I don't want to confuse people with the normal subscription thinking that they have to have both. But yes, let me know if you're interested in that. All right, thank you. Bye.